Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my corner of the internet and the galaxy. My name is Jason, and we are back with some more Space Quest 4, which is actually more of a bundle, which includes a bunch of other Space Quest games that you time travel through. Last time, we managed to pick up a laptop sort of adapter, which we can use with our Pocket Pal terminal. I don't think we can use it just yet, but
you attach the plug to the Pocket Pal.
I stand corrected. So now we've got a plug, but now we need to find a place to plug it in. I guess we'll find that out maybe a little bit later in the playthrough. We also managed to get the Space Quest 4 hint book because this game is so obtuse, it's so difficult, so hard. We need to have a hint book within the game that you could buy at the software store. So let's go ahead and read through the Space Quest 4 hint book. Now, the way there was different types of hint books back in the day. The ones I typically got, they had like this weird red sort of speckle, weird stuff over top of sort of blue writing, and you needed to use like a filter, a red filter, to get rid of the stuff so that you could see. But there were also types that you could reveal stuff with like pens and stuff like that. So that's kind of what we got here. All right, so basically the way it's set up is we have a bunch of questions and then we can click on these things to reveal different hints. And I liked the way hint books were set up because they weren't like a straight up walkthrough. A lot of times they would kind of sort of slowly start to lead you toward the objective. You look for a specific question you needed help with, and then you would, look at the first hint. And if you still couldn't figure it out, then you move down to the next hint. And I like that. So, question: I'm in a long tunnel with a light visible at the far end. What should I do? I wonder if this comes later in the game. It's kind of odd that it would be on the first page. Maybe you're having a near-death experience. Go for it! Haven't you ever seen Poltergeist? Actually, I have not. Well, I might have seen, like, part of it, but, and by part of it, I mean, like, 15 seconds? But no, I haven't seen it. I'm sorry to you guys, I will go and see Poltergeist. Go into the light, Carol Ann. Question: the wound where the tentacled venomite ripped my larynx out keeps getting infected. Help! Have you been picking at it again? That'll only make it worse. Have you found the iodine dispenser? Or have you found the bottle of peroxide? Have you found the salt shaker? Mix the iodine into the peroxide and shake some salt into it. Apply the mixture to the wounds, scrape yourself off the ceiling, and get on with the game. Basically, if you haven't noticed already, these are not actual scenarios that happen in this game. If they were, it would be amazing. I can't seem to find the one-armed man anywhere. Ask Bob. Who do you think you're fooling? There is no one-armed man. You made it all up, Kimball. Turn yourself in. Sorry, that's a Fugitive reference. I did see that movie. I did see that one. You can't find the one-armed man, so don't bother looking. Okay, he's at the carnival. I can't hear what the two guys at the bar are saying. Have you tried typing "listen to men"? Oh, that's right. This is a parserless game. Click the ear icon on the men. Oh, that's right. There's no ear icon. Click the eye icon on the men. That didn't help either, did it? Did you think it would? Just fooling. There's no way to hear what they're saying. That'll teach you to read ahead in this hint book. I have a feeling this has something to do with... I don't know. I was going to say Space Quest 1, but you don't have to type in listen anything. You just have to get a drink at the bar. Anyways, strawberry is to sky as fire engine is to... What? Blueberry. India. Good dental hygiene. Or putting the keycard into the slot in the Drecometer and turning on the viewfinder. Okay. I'm in the stupid time pod. Where else can I go? This actually sounds like it might be relevant. Where do you think? Someplace where the sun don't shine. Eulens Flats, if you had the coordinates. Oh, we do remember Eulens Flats from the first Space Quest.
Oh, great. Only half the answer showed. It must be a defective hint module.
Ah, but we do need this, so I'm gonna grab my pen. Very delayed response. I was like, I know what this thing is called, and I'm gonna mark down this code because it's half of a code and we need to find the other half so that we can use a time pod thing. Yeah, okay, give me a second. Alright, got that written down. Now, didn't we find half a code in the wrapper of chewing gum that we got from the sequel place earlier in the game? You know, I have a feeling that these two might be connected. When I try to splice the Vitlink cable to the Venusian holomat, I end up irradiating myself with deadly plutonium. What do I do now? Good question. So far, our best solution is to seal yourself in a 50 by 50 foot block of concrete. Then bury yourself at least 1,500 feet deep, preferably in an unpopulated, undeveloped area. Avoid salt mines or area where corrosion may breach the concrete. Try not to talk or touch anybody or anything for the next 50,000 years, which shouldn't be a problem since you're encased in concrete. There's a large slimy creature blocking the door to the custodian's room in the Megmethian building. That sounds like it might be relevant, but it's not. That's not even a question! Okay, how do I get past the large slimy creature blocking the door to the custodian's room in the Megmethian building? What do you think he's waiting for? He's undoubtedly waiting for a custodian. If he wants a custodian, he probably needs some of that awful pine-scented sawdust. Give pine-scented sawdust to creature. I've got the book on running the suborbital Surrey. What do I do with it? This one's easy. Read it! Make note of any particularly important features and events. Did you enjoy the book? Why or why not? Explain your answer, giving examples from the text. Be brief. I'm in a strange room inside the supercomputer. Scary eyeball-looking things stare at me. Biomechanical bones liven up this area nicely. How do I get the door open? Use the Ovaltine, Roger. This one actually sounds, well, since I've beat the game, this one sounds like it might be relevant. I don't think there is. I thought that the hint book only gave you one actual hint. I could be wrong. The Jaws of Life would be most helpful. Since neither of these items are in the game, try this code. 54321. I love how much of a jerk this game is, because I remember this now. Because if you type in 54321, since that one didn't work, try this one. Because when you type in 54321, you're probably going to end up dead. So we are going to need this code as well. So I'm going to take a second to jot this one down. I forgot about this. Actually, it's interesting that I said that I forgot it because I was thinking in my head, I'm like, I know I'm going to need, there's a particular code, this code here. I'm like, I know I'm going to need this later in the game. I can't remember where you find it. And of course it's in the hint book, because why wouldn't it be here? Anyways, help! I've fallen and I can't get up! We'll call your family in the hospital right away, Mrs. Fletcher. I've just started the game, and I've got the ampule of Mega Hall 256, the wad of chewing tobacco, and an open can of classic DNA. What now? What now? What more do you want? Have you tried inhaling the Mega Hall 256? Have you tried chewing the wad of tobacco? Have you tried sipping some classic DNA? Holy cow. Gosh, those didn't work. Put the tobacco and the ampule into the can and shake. Go to the room with the defibrillator, pour the mixture into it, and go 3 screens to the left. After the explosion, go back into the room and take the ID chip from the dead guard, get into the pod, go to the horse's asteroid, fight the security drones, and put the ID chip into the second servo booth. Climb into the subsystem's computer and use the laser rasp to access the vector panel, cut the green and lavender wires, and step back. You win. Congratulations. It's great because like some of the games back then they were terrible. Like the stuff you needed to do to beat certain things, and they just made no sense. And this is basically riffing on that. I installed the game as per instructions, and the game freezes up. What am I doing wrong? Your computer room is too cold. Make sure your thermostat is set above 32 degrees. Excuse me, as someone who uses the metric system, I believe that this would be too hot. Is there a fix available for this? I walk into the first room and get the message, oops, you tried something we didn't think of. Oops, you asked something we didn't think of. But how did you put it in the book? You guys are amazing. Question, my computer has a 5¼ inch drive, and this game comes in 3½ inch only. How can I get a bigger disc? So far, there are no good methods. Don't fall for ads depicting miracle methods such as pumps, hormone pills, or injections. Your best bet is to tell yourself that it's not the size that counts. Oh wait, did you say disc? Oh, love it. Alright, that's basically it for the hint book. We've gotten the hints that we need out of it. We're going to save the game as progress because we have made some kind of progress. Game, work with me here. Thank you very much. All right, now at the point that we are in the game, you will notice something has happened. And you will notice as soon as I've regained control of the game and my cursor, and thank you very much, game. I appreciate it. As we walk back this way, or we go, even if we went the other way, you'll notice now that the stores are kind of... Never mind, they're just fine. There's nothing wrong with the stores. The stores are exactly as they're meant to be. Okay, yep, that one too. All right, never mind then. I know if you go back to the software store, there's bars in front of it, basically that it's closed. And evidently the other stores are still open. Sure, okay. I'll just walk through that alien. He's just sort of standing there. Where do these guys even go? Well, actually, the green guy, I think I did see him in the arcade. So we know that he goes to the arcade. Sure. All right. Now we come back here, and I'm actually thinking about how I want to do this. Do we want to keep the dress, or do we want to change back into our hero outfit? That's a choice. That is definitely a choice. What do we prefer wearing? You know what? Let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and save as, we'll say, timeline, because I'm splitting the timeline because I want to come back later and do something that you can't necessarily do. It'll all make sense. I'm sorry. I'm being very cryptic right now because I'm thinking a little bit ahead. I'm like, I know what comes next, and I know that I think you can trigger it with the dress on. Yes, let's try it.
Thanks for shopping.
Yes. Sorry. I was gonna hold off until later, but you know what? I'm like, screw it. Let's just do it with the dress on. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna go back up to the arcade. Now this part of the game actually always really confused me. I'm like, how on earth were you supposed to figure this out? I remember when I figured out this part of the game, it was a total fluke. I was like, okay, what do? I've done everything I need to do at the mall. I've walked around. I've gone everywhere. I'm like, do I need to play Miss Astro Chicken some more? So I actually spent a bunch of time playing Miss Astro Chicken, a ton, and I didn't do anything. So I started walking around randomly, and then I discovered that I have to walk up over to this corner here. And then when I walk over to this corner, nothing happens and makes me out to be a liar. Okay, that's cool. I like being a liar. I like being... Okay. I'll be right back.
As you change your clothes, you think to yourself that even in drag, you still have incredible animal magnetism. Or is that just a lack of deodorant?
It's amazing what, we'll say, your memory can do. Like, I was certain that you could trigger that event with the dress on. We're gonna try it now with the proper clothing. We come up over to this corner. Oh, maybe I didn't walk down enough. Oh, no, I thought I walked down enough. And we have the sequel police have arrived in their time pod, and they're out for our head. One of them evidently doesn't see us and just leaves the arcade, and the other guy's like, I'm gonna go investigate the arcade. That's right, people, we are on the run. We've got to get away from the sequel police. We're on the run from the police. That's right, we're a fugitive from the law. All right, we're gonna go ahead and run down. We're gonna head down this way here. And what we want to do is we want to avoid the entrance at all costs. There we go. Places are closed up. We can't go hide in any of the stores because they are all closed up. What we do need to do is get down over here to the Skatorama, you know, if the stupid conveyor thing will let us. Okay, now this part here, this place is, this part of the game is famous for causing people to tear their hair out, because for a time there was a real time glitch. So I'm actually going to just call this glitch, even though I don't think we're going to experience the glitch. There was a real problem with the timer. The timer would run too quickly, and I believe that was in the CD version of the game. For whatever reason, I don't know why. It made no sense why there would be a glitch there, but what would happen is the timer would go too quick, and as such, you would die. There was no way of living. So what happens is, we haven't come to this part yet, and it's kind of cool because it's a zero-G area. So you can go ahead and walk out there, and oh, we've been getting shot at. So we can kind of swim around in zero-G, and it looks like we've died.
Zap, zap, you're dead.
Huh. Well, maybe we are going to experience the glitch, because as far as I'm aware, you're not supposed to be able to get shot. especially not after like the first shot. Okay. We might be experiencing the glitch. We will have to see. I'm gonna hurry up and jump out over here. Come on. Get out as far as you can, Roger. Get out as far as you can. Go up. Okay, there we go. He missed. Maybe I didn't go out far enough. I believe after, what is it, the third shot, they will hit you. So what you want to do is you head on up, head over to the right, and I'm going to head over this way until I see the sequel police pop up on the left-hand side. Where are they? There they are. Actually, I'm going to let them shoot. I love it because the recoil sends him flying backwards. I just like, I thought that was a fun little detail. So basically, you use the Skatorama Zero G to sort of, we'll say, get past the sequel police. They're kind of floating around, and then you escape. Now, what do you want to do? Well, you want to hurry up and get back to that time pod now that they're both away from it. Aha, yeah, that's right. Then we're going to jump into the time pad. We're going to head back to the time pad, and then we're going to go ahead and use the buttons on it to go ahead and warp ourselves to a different time. It's going to be great. What time are we going to go to? Well, we do have two parts of a code now. We've got the part from the chewing gum and the part from the hint book. And I believe it alluded to the fact that the code might lead to Yulin's Flats, which, we'll say, to young me was absolutely fantastic. I'm like, holy cow. You're gonna let me go back to Space Quest 1? Oh yes, we're gonna mess up the timeline royally. Actually, maybe not all that much, but we're gonna definitely have some fun here. So let's go ahead and jump on inside of the time pod and head off to the next place in the game. I couldn't think of anything more dramatic or awesome to say than that, so sorry. We do need to save this code though, so I'm gonna make a save right now, and I'm gonna write down that code because we absolutely will need that code. So, like I had mentioned before, oh crap. I'm like, as I mentioned before, you want to hang on to your codes, and then I'm looking around at my desk right now going, wait a minute, where's the note I took? Oops, I may have thrown out my, my time codes. I'll have to look back at my videos to find out how to get to the other time zones, but time zones, that's right. Give me a second, I'm going to jot this down and I'll be right back. Alright, so the reason why we'll need this code here is because if we want to get back to the mall, yes, it's still the time, Space Quest 10 time period, but the other code will lead us back to where the, where the giant bird was, or the dinosaur thing, or the pterodactyl, whatever. It'll lead us back there, but this code here will bring us back to the arcade, and when we do come back, there will not be any sequel police. The sequel police will have, I don't know, they'll have gotten a ride home from their friends back over at the entrance. So, we've gotten ahead, and we've gotten the code from the hint book, and we also have the code here from the gum, which I'm also going to take, a second to jot down so that I'm not staring at this screen. Mainly because I can't stare at this screen while I'm punching in the code. All right, so we've got this all jotted down. Let's go ahead and try. I can't remember what comes first. I think you start with the hint book code. Yeah, I think you start with the hint book code. So the first, we'll say symbol, and the hint book code is a symbol that I can't find right now because I am evidently blind. Jason, why are you blind? It's this one right here, isn't it? I'm pretty sure it's this one. Is it this one? I think it's this one. Oh, no. Come on, guy. All right. We're committing. We're pushing that button. Then we're going to push this one. And then there's the weird backwards E one. All right. And then we've got where's the other thingamabob? Thingamaburber. Where's the thingamurburber? There's the thingamurburber. I think that's the thingamurburber. All right. There's that one. And come on, where's the next code? Next code. Weird looking overarching thing with box underneath. There we go. And then the T. Where's the T? There's the T. And then we're gonna hit enter.
The powerful quad quark
we got a point.
drives Rev to life. Time and space bend under the fibrillations of the time rip transfluxers. Your adrenaline and stomach reel with the hyperbolic hyperbole. And finally,
I remember time, like the synchronization being a little bit more accurate on an older computer, like when I'm not playing in DOSBox, like back in the day. That might just be memory, like I said, memory is such a funny thing. Welcome back to Space Quest 1, the Sarian Encounter. I love that it's got the music, the PC speaker music from the original Space Quest 1. I kind of wish it would have had the multiple channel Tandy music, which was, I would say, far superior. Oh no, this directory is too full. Well, you know, I don't think we need our start save anymore. So we're going to replace start with SQ1. Because we now find ourselves in Space Quest 1, the Sarian Encounter. I love this. I love that everything is still all pixelated and looks just as it did in Space Quest 1. But here we are in full 256 colors. Oh, we stand out so much. It's amazing. All right, now, you know, earlier in the game we had this nose and this mouth icon, right? And I said, you know, they really didn't do anything. It was just there for comedic effect. But there is one thing in this game that you can use the mouth on that actually produces a result. And that is if you lick these generator things. Let's go ahead and take a look at what this is.
It's a Walmart force field generation unit.
So, I guess that kind of explains... I don't remember if that was ever explained in the first Space Quest that these were force field units. It's possible, but I don't remember it. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and put our tongue up against the force field generator and see what happens. Let's go ahead and lick it.
As the moist surface of your oral muscle comes in contact with the fully energized force field, you realize your mistake.
And we're dead.
Thousands of volts pass through your cranium, turning your brain into a quivering mass of short-circuited neurons, which effectively terminates all interpretation of sensory impulses. Your musculature spasms for the last time as the force field shock causes you to give up the ghost.
There we go. That's the one thing that the mouth icon can do in this game. All right, so let's go ahead and get out of here and try not to die. I know that will be difficult. We are playing a Space Quest game. I'm sorry, I've got a lot of love for this area. We're going to take our time and actually sort of explore and look around here because, like I said, I love Space Quest 1. That was like my favorite game growing up. It was like I said, it was the first game I remember actually being able to play. First game playing. I saw King's Quest 3 before Space Quest 1, but I wasn't allowed to play it, so...
In the distance, you see sand dunes and sky.
Say this area in particular has a lot of well, I have a lot of fondness towards it.
This closely resembles the left side of Droids Be Us.
Really, it's strange. I remember it being called Droids Are Us, but what do I know? Can I look inside there?
This closely
No, you can't. You can't look inside, unfortunately. I love how much taller Roger looks in this. Aww.
The sign indicates that this establishment is not open for business.
Well, ain't that just a disappointment? That's one thing that was a little bit disappointing. I was kind of hoping to be able to go back to all the areas in Eulens Flats, but there is a bit of a difference, obviously. For example, there's not a pile of white ash down here.
This must be the back of a bar. Some fading graffiti adorns the wall.
I wonder if those are some sort of time code. No, they're not. I know. I've already checked. I've also when we enter the bar, you'll see that in a bit. Oh, what have we got here? There's some. What are these?
As you check out the sand bikes, you wonder what kind of cheese ball would own one.
So we got some sand bikes. We'll have to play around with those a little bit later. We're going to save the bar for last because obviously the bar is where the interesting stuff happens. Tiny's use spaceships. Now, I like this. We got this hole in the ground. So this kind of indicates that Roger bought this. There was a spaceship here before in Space Quest 1. This kind of, we'll say, points to the fact that it's canon that he went ahead and tried this spaceship before buying his other one.
At the bottom of this excavation is a small craft almost totally buried in dirt. You remember barely making it back out when the engine died. This must be the Yugo of spaceships. You wonder why anyone would bother to lock it.
This must be the what? The Yugo. But I love how the text says the Volkswagen.
You've obviously found the location of Tiny's used spaceships. Lucky you. This building is quite small. Maybe this is why it's called Tiny's.
It could be because we've seen Tiny before, and he definitely is not tiny. And I don't think there's anything up here. This is just where the other ship was. I do find interesting, though, that there's a little black line of pixels up here, and I do not recall seeing those before. What are those doing up there?
In the distance, you see...
Can I look at those? Can't. No, I don't think I can look at... I'm trying to... I'm like...
In the distance...
Is there something up there? No, it's not. Okay. I just find it interesting that those pixels seem out of place. Like there's something up in the sky, or there's a I don't know, some sort of graphical thing. Ooh, that's an interesting thing to note. There's a black border up at the top. So there's a black border up at the top, and then when we come over to this screen here, no, there's still a black border. Huh. Okay. Interesting. I don't know why those black squares are there. I'm wondering if that was just something they missed, and they figured it was such a the screen really had no relevance, so they were like, I don't care. It was just they didn't really care about that.
Why would you want to wreck the nice bike?
I don't want to wreck it. I want to like steal it. Sure, right? Because that's what I'm supposed to do. Maybe. That's not what I'm supposed to do. Hey. I remember this.
The old bar is still here. The smell of Coronian ale stinks up the place. The aroma leads you to remember vividly your previous visit here. You break out in a cold sweat.
Now, I remember when I first played this, and I saw the symbols on the wall, and I went, wait, were those there in the original? And yes, they are there in the original. However, these symbols, there's no code. They don't do anything. Because it looks like the time pod code, right? So... let's see, who are these guys? I don't think we got a... Did I look at them last time? I don't know.
You see two guys singing.
Oh, okay, well, if it's just two guys singing...
Some rather drab-looking individuals are hogging the bar. This guy's too ugly to describe. You see a man behind the bar serving drinks.
So it looks like the usual cast that was in here before, they've kind of left.
You see a book of matches on the bar countertop.
Well, that looks a little bit conspicuous, kind of like it's something we need to get our hands on. Maybe we should try to go ahead and grab it. Or maybe we should talk to these people. Or, I don't know. Can I talk to these guys?
They don't have time to talk right now.
Makes sense, they're singing. Wait a second. There is something missing in here.
This looks like the bar in Space Quest 1. You see the bar's floor.
The slot machine is gone. Oh, well, isn't that a disappointment? Let's go ahead and talk to these guys. Hey guys, how's it going?
Well, looky here. If it ain't Mr. Look at Me, I'm in VGA. What's the matter? Monochrome not good enough for you? What's this? 256 colors all for one little bitmapped wimp? What a waste of VGA. Hey fellas, I bet I can toss them all the way out from the bottom of the stairs. Bitchin' ale.
So, we've met the Monochrome Brothers. At least that's the name I give them. I don't know if that's actually what they're called, but basically, I guess they're a little bit sour about only being stuck in grayscale. And it looks like their bikes may be also in grayscale. For some reason, I have a memory of the bikes being in color. You know what? I believe they were in a certain version of the game, and maybe the patch I applied put them back into black and white, which would make more sense because they're the Monochrome Brothers, right? It would make sense that they would want to be monochrome. I think they had switched them to primary colors later on. But anyways, we're out of time. I'm going to come back with the details of that next time, and next time we're going to go ahead and deal with the monochrome guys, and I don't know, see what happens next in Roger's adventure. So we're going to go ahead and save this one as... we'll save it as progress, because we've made some sort of progress. I love how the dialogue box has changed to like an old Space Quest 1 style. Actually, I want to see how much they committed to that style. Let me see. Look.
It looks like it came from the planet of the warts.
They didn't commit too much. The text is not stretched. The text is still a higher resolution, but the the boxes are the boxes are correct, but the text isn't. Anyways, sorry. If you like the video, you like the content, and you would like to see more of it, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, leave it a thumbs down. Either way, let me know what you thought in the comment section. And until next time, I would like to ask you all to game on. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my corner of the internet and the galaxy. My name is Jason, and today we're back with some more Space Quest. What the heck was that? I have no idea. Okay, sure.